Okay, good morning, everyone. Am I audible and visible enough to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, sir, from Pakistan.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Guys, so one rule for this training is since this training I have kept fully interactive, that means you are not muted. Initially, while you join the Zoom, your mic will be on mute, but you have freedom to unmute your mic anytime to ask the question, right? So the rule should be there should not be disturbance. That means at any point of time, whenever you have any question, free to unmute your mic. And once you are done with your questions, then keep your mic back unmuted, right? If multiple reminders, if you are not muting your mic, then you will be dropped from the meeting. Okay, so make sure that you keep your mic on mute if you don't have any questions, right? Do not, keep your mic unmuted all the time without any question. Okay, so since it's the first day session, so let me introduce myself. So my name is Sulabh. I have around 12 years experience in cyber security, and I have trained more than 10,000 people so far. If you talk about my corporate experience, my last company was Ericsson. I used to work as a solution architect. And from certification perspective, I'm certified advanced administrator for 𝐓𝐽𝐬𝐧𝐢𝐬 SIEM. I'm certified architect for Splunk. I'm certified administrator for 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐬𝐴𝐷𝐼R. I'm certified administrator for McAfee. And there are so many other certifications I have from cybersecurity perspective. So in this training, you are not going to learn from someone who is just a trainer. You're going to learn from someone who has implemented the concept on the real time. I used to work as a solution architect. I was involved in setting up the SOC for various different companies, implementing the security solution end-to-end, designing, solutioning, sizing. I was involved in various activities. My last job was with Ericsson. I used to work as a solution architect with Ericsson till 2019. Then I started this company, SIEM XPERT, in a sense, full-time. Since 2015, I'm delivering this training, but I used to work part-time, that means Saturday and Sunday. And parallelly, I used to deliver the corporate training. My last corporate assignment was with Bahrain Airport Authority of Bahrain, where I delivered Splunk training. So this training, especially we have scheduled for 10 days, 8 to 10 days, free training. It is just a helping hand after training more than 10,000 people. It is just a helping hand for the people who cannot afford the regular SOC training and their concept is not clear how to start their career in cyber security, especially on the SOC. So this training in next 8 to 10 days, your full foundation, full concept is going to clear here. Because, right, in cyber security, that means we are securing our data, we are securing, our network, especially data part. Now, in order to, secure a network, in order to secure our data, it's very important to understand the network, right? If we have the better understanding of network, then only we can plan to secure it. And by understanding that, we have people here from different background. Some people are engineers, that's good. Some people are working in cybersecurity, some people are networking. But along with that, there are many people who are from non-technical background. There are BA, there are BCom background, right? Who does not even have much hands-on on the computer. You'll leave about networking, right? So this training we have designed in such a way so that people from different diverse background can also understand. And there.
Sorry, Sulabh,
your
display is
if
you're
you
not visible.
Any problem in between like audio and video, I think this cable is
The camera gone out.
just a moment, I'm fixing it. The cable is a little loose here. Okay, so I'll have to change the cable, it seems. But in case you have any problem with audio and video, just remind me once. So I was telling that after this training, your full foundation is going to be. You understand that in 10 days, 8 days training, it's not possible to cover all the things within SOC. But I'm telling you, after this training, whenever you go, if anything you read outside on the internet, on the YouTube, right, with regard to cyber security and SOC, everything you're going to understand, because foundation base is very strong, right? Many of the people, even still working on the company in the cyber security, I'm telling you, their foundation is not clear for many of the people, because they directly get the opportunity in cyber security and the SOC. They started working on the tool, but their fundamentals are not very clear. Yes or no? If you make a building, right, with with a weak foundation, you understand, right? There's a possibility, right? The building will fall down. So it's very important to have, the foundation clear. In the cyber security, there are total 6 domains. Out of that, here we'll be talking about one of the domains that called as security operations center, which have the huge demand nowadays in the market. Security operations center, which is very hot field in the market within cybersecurity. Cybersecurity itself is very hot field, but within cybersecurity, especially security operations center, SOC. You understand, right? The growing demand in cybersecurity. Why? Because the digitalization is happening very fast. Everything is being digital, right? Either you have to order your food, you have to wash your clothes, whatever you have to do, right? Everything is being digital. So these companies who are making their business digital online on the internet and storing your data on the server and the storage, they have to ensure that there's a security concern, right? To keep your data secure. There's a security concern. And also they have to ensure that as a governments are also making very strict policies, because this data does not belong to business. The data belongs to the public of the country. Yes or no? It's yours and mine data. It's normal public data, and government has to ensure that if you are collecting such information, such as their name, contact number, PAN card number, Aadhaar number, credit card, debit card information, that means PCI, and PCI means payment card industry data, PII means personal identification information. PCI means your debit card, credit card, your user ID, password of those financial information. PII means personal identification information, from which particular individual will be identified, such as Aadhaar card, PAN card. Such information should not go on the bad hands. Yes or no? Being a company, you collect such information. If such information goes on the bad hand, it's not about the loss of the company. Loss of the company can be recovered somehow, but it's a loss of the people in country, public in the country, and at the end, it's a loss of the whole nation, whole country. Yes or no? So government create the compliance policies. Government compliance means set of rules. If such companies, based on the type of industries and based on what kind of data they are collecting, government make the policy that we call as compliance. And government mentioned that if you're working on this kind of industry, if you are collecting such kind of data, you have to ensure that data should be secure, the information should be secure, and in order to secure the data, you should implement certain security tools. They will have a list of security tools. These compliance rules are very deep dive. If these all tools you have to deploy, and this is what configuration you have to do, right? Those deep dive information will be there on the compliance policies. And regularly, every year, government send their people, that means auditor, to go to those company and check whether user data, public data is secure or not, whether the company has deployed those tools or not. They will verify with deep down information to ensure that public data is secure. So you understand, digitalization is happening very fast. Everything is online. Of course, there is a security concern. That means all the companies, all this type of industries has to deploy certain security tools to secure the data. Now, if these companies will deploy security tools, of course, they need people like us who can manage those security tools. Yes or no? And that is the reason there is an exponential demand, exponential growth in cybersecurity market nowadays. There is a gap, there is a huge gap between the demand and availability, because this is not something that is going on since a long time. When the 3G came, first time 3G came, since we have mobile, 3G mobile and fast internet. Now, internet is reaching to each and every individuals. Everybody is transferring the payment through Google Pay, Phone Pay in India and UPI. Yes or no? Doing the net banking. Even uneducated people also having mobile and actually different thing your mobile. That's the reason many of the business now, majority of business, either hospitality, construction, pharmaceutical, right? Banking and IT and finance and banking, like these are common, but apart from these, construction, hospitality, right? Pharmaceutical, there are various, almost industries are now making their business online. That is the reason cybersecurity, demand of cybersecurity is not limited to IT, finance, banking and all, right? Being a cybersecurity engineer, you may end up working on a pharmaceutical company, construction companies, right? Hospitality, any hotels you might be working. Cybersecurity has the demand across all the industries and not only particular country, across the globe. So this technology that you're learning has the opportunity across the globe. If you are a particular country, may be possible that next day you are working here, next day you might be on USA, UK, or Canada or somewhere else. This technology has the global demand. Means if you become cybersecurity engineer, you're the hottest. You have got the hot field in the market. And this is very right time. 5G is implemented, many of the cities, many of the countries, 5G is also implemented. Again, the fastest internet till now. All the businesses are coming now again online, which all were not there online, right? That is the reason there is an exponential growth in cybersecurity field. This is the right time to enter into it. You can see, you can imagine if you have ever working, if you're working already in cybersecurity, some of the people, you might be aware of that. People working on some other field, they started their job in some other field, and you started your job in cybersecurity. You see your growth and see the growth of other people who started the job along with you in different industry. Of course, if demand is high, availability is less, then price will increase. You see the tomato price in India, 200, it reached 200, 300 kg. Why? Because of rain, right? The supply of the tomato has become less, right? That's the reason price has been hiked. Same thing happening in cybersecurity field nowadays. I'm talking about the India 3 months back. If you have seen, if you have watched the our Prime Minister Modi's speech on cybersecurity, he mentioned that he raised the concern about cybersecurity, why it's very important to secure our information, secure our data now in this digital world. And he mentioned specifically that there is a demand, there is a need of 5 lakhs people in cybersecurity, but as of now, we have only 65,000. Or the actual need is 5 lakhs plus people. You understand how much is the gap? Yes or no? So if you have decided, if you are here, that means you heard about the opportunity of cybersecurity. That's the reason you guys are here. So in cybersecurity, there is one of the field that I mentioned, security operations center, which has the huge demand in the market. Why? Because in the cybersecurity, in the network security, there are various traditional tools such as firewall, proxy, IPS, IDS, antivirus, which are standard cybersecurity tools which work based on the predefined signature. That means pre-known information. We'll discuss about all this tool. Very important because these are standard tool which you will find in each and every companies. But mute your mic, please. If you don't have question, let me finish it. Then I'll give you the time to ask the question. Okay, but make sure your mic can mute for now. So what I'm saying is that these security tools work based on the predefined signature, predefined information. That means the security company already knows that this is a threat, this IP belongs to blacklisted IP, then these tools will have the signature. If any connection coming in from those IP, that tool will block. But what happens when this device does not have signature? means particular IP is not well known. In this case, successful compromise will happen. Yes or no? So in this case, there is a team we call as SOC. The team we call as SOC means Security Operations Center. What we call as? We call as SOC. SOC means Security Operations Center. Security Operations Center. You might have heard about this, I believe. Security Operations Center is the centralized team in any of the companies. Centralized team. For example, if you have business in UK, US, Canada, India, right? So you have business in different countries, but company is same, right? You have network in all different countries, but all are connected with each other, right? That means the same company. Security Operations Center will be centralized team, means you will not have the team in all the countries, all the locations, right? It will be centralized, but maybe you have disaster data center and disaster recovery. That means in case some physical issue happen, internet problem happen, right? So if SOC team is particular location, SOC team is not able to work, so you might company might set 2 security operations center just for disaster recovery, right? High availability. But security operations center, the name itself suggests security operations center. How many centers in the circle? One only, right? Yes or no? Only one security operations center. So that is the reason the name is Center, Security Operations Center, right? So it is a centralized team which monitor the whole security posture of any organization. That means they keep an eye what is going on, what connection is coming in, what connection is going out, and what our internal users are doing. Internal threat. हिंदी में एक कहावत है, घर का बेदी लंका ढाए. So that means internal, that means we are not going to monitor, we should not monitor only inbound traffic. It's not certain the attacker will come from inside, outside to inside. There are many chances where the internal user can also be a threat. So apart from monitoring what is coming inside, going inside, we have to monitor what our employees are doing from security perspective, what data they are accessing, whether they're authorized or not, what data they are forwarding, and what connections are coming from inside to outside. Everything has to be monitored, and it is being monitored by the centralized team that is called Security Operations Center. Operations Center will keep an eye what is going on across the network. If anything suspicious found, they will dig down, they will deep down whether and check whether it is actually suspicious or legitimate. Yes or no? If they found suspicious, they will take further action to stop this activity, to block it. Get your mind? So that is the reason there is a requirement of this team, because traditional security devices may not be aware of that. If there is a zero-day attack, that means when these traditional devices does not have predefined signature, right? So we have the team, we monitor each and every communication which are happening. Security Operations Center has the 2 objectives. One is they have to ensure that, first of all, they have to monitor, right, each and every communication. And if in case any kind of compromise happens, they have to ensure that the impact of the compromise should be minimal. For example, somehow, if one computer compromise, in this case, they should come to know that this particular computer compromised. And it should other computer, other system should not be compromised. That means the impact of the compromise should be minimal. For example, some ransomware attack happen. It will generally happen through emails. User will end up receiving some phishing kind of email, and they will not be aware there is a phishing email. They will think it's legitimate. They will end up opening those emails, and resulting their file will get locked, encrypted, right? So once the security operation center will come to know this system have been compromised, have been encrypted, they will find out the source of the compromise, from where, which ID the email has come, what is the subject line, what is the attachment. They will do the further dig down and check which all user have received those email. Because until unless you do not open the attachment, that malware will not get installed, which is we call as one of the form of ransomware, is one of the form of malware. It will not get installed. That means there won't be any compromise until unless you download and open that attachment. So before other user open that attachment, we have the chance here to deep down and check on the security tools which all user have received those emails. And if they have not yet opened, we can ask them, we can contact them to delete this email. Yes or no? And if the user has already opened, we can ask them, we can ask the IT team to isolate those machines to stop the further infection. Because if somebody is inside, right, there's a possibility it will compromise other systems as well. If we come to know this activity on time, we can stop, we can isolate the infected system, right? So that's the responsibility of security center team to ensure that if the machine is compromised, the impact of the compromise should be minimal, and resulting the cost of remediation should be minimal. Of course, if the impact of compromise is minimal, the cost of remediation would be also minimal. Cost means if less system get infected, because if any system infected, you may have to reimage the machine, you have to format the system, resulting you may lose your important data. That means the data will be in the form of cost. Yes or no? So the cost, of course, if infection is minimal, the cost of remediation should be also minimal, right? That is the work of centralized team that is called Security Operations Center, right? Nowadays, before I'm seeing this demand since 2013-14. 2013-14, before that, we do not have like cyber security. The cyber security word, cyber security was very less. Mostly people used to call information security or network security. Information security is a broad word. Cyber security is the part of information security. Information security means securing your digital and physical assets. Cyber security also, as well as physical security, means your CCTV surveillance, right? Your all this stuff also used to come asset securing, right? Also comes under the information security. So many of the companies were not having separate team for cyber security. And that time, people also were not aware. Since 2013-14 onwards, we are seeing the exponential growth. Even we were not aware. I was not aware what will be our future. Till 2014, we were not aware how, I mean, we had not expected this much of, nobody has expected this much of growth in cyber security. Then after that, many of the companies started, setting up separate team, separate revenue. Now every company has separate team, separate revenue. 2013-14, we heard the news that companies started keeping separate revenue for cyber security. Otherwise, the cyber security part is the part of other fields, means not separate department, not separate revenue. Now there is separate budget allocation for cyber security. Of course, it is one of the majority thing. Cyber security is very critical, because if any of the company compromise, it does not give only financial loss. The result of the compromise or cyber attack is not only the financial loss, but it's a reputation loss, it's an image loss. If any company compromise with cyber attack, you have business, you are the client of that company. Would the client give the project to that particular company where their own data is not secure? No, right? If they cannot secure themselves, that means they cannot keep our data also safe. That's the reason cyber security is the first priority. Even any of the company's CEO system also compromised. Being a cyber security team will isolate his system also, will reimage, format his system as well. Because nobody is above than cyber security, securing our digital assets. You have seen certain example in past. Sony Picture I had given in one of the video also. Sony Picture and Yahoo, one of the biggest search engine in that era, Yahoo, which even Google told that time, asked Yahoo to buy Google. They denied. Biggest cyber attack happened in Yahoo in 2014, where millions of users' data has been compromised. They did not reveal that time. It's also important, as per the government compliance policy, it's important to reveal if any data leakage happen, is there any compromise happen where the user information has been infected, public information has been impacted. It's mandatory to inform to the government that this cyber attack happened and this data has been gone. There is a big punishment if any company is not revealing such information. You may not reveal it to public, but you have to inform to the government as per the compliance policies. In Yahoo 2014, again the cyber attack happened, and resulting you see where is the Yahoo now? Just being sold to Verizon for $6 billion. Yeah, Google is how many $1 billion company, right? Yahoo just sold $6 billion. Why? Because it has been completely gone, completely vanished when the cyber attack happened. Same thing happened with the Sony Picture, where attacker has compromised their executive data, salary information, as well as many of the Hollywood movies, which cost billions of rupees. Before they released, they put over the internet, they leaked on the internet, resulting huge business loss. I have seen myself that time. Sony Picture was hiring so many people. I used to call many calls daily. I used to get the call that time from Sony Picture, Sony company. After this cyber attack, understand the criticality of cyber security. That's the reason. You will see now, this is the compliance requirement that now majority of the industry government has set this compliance policy that they should have dedicated security team that we call a security center, and they have certain security tools such as SIEM, SIEM, Security Information and Event Management, the tool, which is the main tool in the SOC, that we will call as SIEM, Security Information and Event Management, which is the main tool. There's some other tool also, but this is a main tool in the SOC, which we used to monitor whole security posture of an organization. So nowadays, government had set the policy, different, even pharmaceutical, every industry's government has created policy that they should have SOC team, and they should have a SIEM deployed to monitor the whole security posture. Nowadays, I'm getting a call. Our company, we are getting inquiry from many companies based on the UK. Recently, UK has changed their policies, and they have included many different industry as well for this SOC. And this industry does not know the ABCD of SOC. They did not hear about the SIEM. But as per the compliance policies, they have to deploy it. They have to set up the SOC. They have to deploy the SIEM. Now they are reaching out to us for consultancy. They're actually not bothered about the securing user data. They're actually bothered about to meet the compliance, government compliance, so that they can continue running this business. Otherwise, their license will be cancelled. So when we ask which SIEM tool you have to deploy, what they say, any SIEM tool which is a cheaper one. Because their objective is not all not actually currently to secure the user data. Their objective is to meet the compliance, right? Means governments of different nations are forcing their corporates to have the SOC setup to ensure the data security. You understand, right? The war, cyber war, right, is much bigger and has the bigger impact than the physical war. Digital war has the biggest impact than the physical war. Physical war, at least we can see who is our enemy and from where he is coming from, right? We can defend, right? But in digital war, we cannot see who is already inside the network. You're working and you do not know somebody already inside and digging down your data, manipulating your data. You're not aware because we cannot physically see them. Yes or no? And within short period of time, it can give the big impact. Physical war takes time. You see, between Ukraine and Russia, since how long? You are thinking maybe Russia will finish the war in 1 or 2 months. You see, it's been a year. Still, there is no decision who won and who lost. Yes or no? The war is not completed yet. But cyber war does not take this much of time. Within few minutes only can be the game over within few minutes. Yes or no? That's the reason cyber security is very critical than the physical security. Get in mind? So this is the right time. If you already aware that cyber security is good and you want to start your career, this is right time to start it. So in this 10 days class, we'll be starting from basics of networking security concept, which is very important. We'll understand the fundamentals, how computer communicates over the internet, what is internet, IP address, DSCP, DNS, various security devices. So we understand how to, Mani Kumar. We'll understand how to create the network, how to design the network, how computer communicates within the network and outside the network, that means within the internet. How communication happen between one device to another device, which are located in different countries. And how to design your corporate network within the company. Then we'll talk about if network is there, that means we have to secure it. Network means two devices can communicate within the company if we are designing the company network, but they are concerned of securing the network. Then we'll talk about the various network security tools such as firewall, WAF, IPS, IDS, proxy, your endpoint, different devices we will be talking about. Then we'll talk about the SOC, SIEM, which is the main tool in the SOC security center. SIEM, how we can tackle such situation when there is a zero-day attack, means these traditional security devices such as firewall, IPS, IDS, proxy, or email gateway, when this device does not have signature, that means the particular attack is not pre-known. With these tools, how we can monitor and how we can take an action. Then we'll talk about a SIEM, how we can monitor the whole security posture in a SOC. Right? So in 10 days, 8 to 10 days, we'll see how much we can cover. During this training, so this is the first 8 to 10 days session that I'm involving you in our regular SOC batch. We have the regular SOC training, which is going for 3 months, which is very deep down, zero to hero, that is basics to advanced level, where we cover all the tool, lab access and everything. So initial 8 to 10 days, I'm allowing you on the same batch. And you'll feel like the regular batch people because you'll be joining through Zoom live, as well as you will have freedom to ask questions. After this 10 days of training, you'll get the certification credentials. That means you'll get the SOC Analyst certificate as well, which will have the credential, that means which will be verified by us. You can write in a resume. SIEM XPERT is nowadays, if you search in Google also, it's one of the popular institution in cybersecurity. Many of the companies are already knows it, and they understand the quality of training with SIEM XPERT. If you go and write in the resume that you have joined the training or you've done the certification with SIEM XPERT, they will understand the what kind of knowledge you will have. So it increase the value in your resume if you have done the training and certification with us. So it will increase the value in resume. You can add in your profile. So after this training, if you have completed, joined all the session, or if you have watched the recorded session also. So we'll have certain attendance that I will explain you in the next session. Daily attendance that you can do to which shows that you have attended or you have gone through all the session, right? So based on that, we'll be awarding you with the certification after finishing the session. Okay. So if you have any question, you are free to ask now. So now next session will happen on Monday. Ideally, our session will be Monday to Thursday for another 2 weeks, Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. India time. So next session will be covering on Monday, 8 a.m. Now you can unmute if you have any question. You can unmute and you can ask.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, my doubt is like, will you be teach like investigation and particular use case, like what can we do? Example, like I'm working as a SOC analyst. I have 1 year experience, but here in my present company, like I get some different kind of the use cases.
Right.
Based on that, I need to do some investigation. Like
Right.
if I get the authentication failure, data exploration related to that, where
This-
I am getting.
Yeah, got it. In this short period of 8 days, 9 days, it is not possible. However, this is part of regular training. This is part of regular SOC training.
Okay.
This is very short period to cover it. See, this is not a kind of demo session. I am giving 8 days session, 8 to 9 days. That means around 16 to 18 hours. It's not something that 1 year one people what they are giving is 1 hour, 2 hours web kind of demo kind of session. So it's a in-depth training for 8 to 10 days, which is completely free for you, just a helping hand. But 8 days is very short period to cover everything. Okay, next.
Hello, sir. Is this based on the industrial training? Industrial level training?
Of course, this is completely the training that we will have. I mean, I'm commenting based on the total training because 8 days is very short to cover everything. But the training that we have in regular is it will be fully hands-on. We have world-class lab setup here, how to defend cyber attack in SOC, how to investigate, how to get an alert, and what everything has been done. Everything will be covered practically. And in the regular SEC training of SOC, because 8 days period is a very short period, but I can understand that 8 days, your full foundation is going to clear here. I'm telling you, after this training, 8 days of training, you'll be very confident in talking about the network and security concept because your foundation is going to be very strong. But if you talk about the regular setup that we have world-class lab setup here. You'll get the hands-on lab access for 3 months. We have dedicated lab access. Through VPN, how you access to the company, through VPN, you connect to the lab and practice anytime 24/7. Nobody will have this kind of setup that we have.
Okay, sir.
Almost
Thank
47 lakhs per year we are spending just for the licenses cost, so that we can give the real-time hands-on access. We have a Splunk enterprise license, including Splunk enterprise security. Rest of the other people are bringing on the free Splunk, which is just Splunk enterprise trial version, which does not have a Splunk enterprise security. That means Splunk enterprise security, there is no free trial, which is not a SIM. Without Splunk enterprise security, Splunk is not a SIM. Means Splunk cannot be used for security perspective. Splunk enterprise security. We have ArcSight license, which costs 23 lakhs per year, enterprise license. Recently, we are the partner also, Splunk learning partner. You can see in the Splunk website, SIEM XPERT is mentioned as authorized training partner. SIEM XPERT is one of the authorized training partner, only authorized training partner.
Hello.
One moment, let me continue. Whenever I am speaking, please do not stop in between. Let me continue, finish it, and then you are free to ask question. We have recently received the CrowdStrike also EDR, only training institution in India which have got license for training perspective from CrowdStrike EDR, which is one of the leader in the EDR market. Yes, go ahead now.
So, sir, which security tool will be covered in these sessions? Splunk, ArcSight, or like only the basics would be covered of the security.
See, basics, and we'll have a review on Splunk ArcSight board at the end. In depth, it cannot be covered. 8 days period is very short, right? But we'll show you where we can monitor the real-time incident and everything.
My
Hi,
question is
Sulabh.
that I am in the EV field, but I want to go into SOC. Why? How?
There are possibility because the training that we'll have in-depth training. So means it's not a fresher level of training. We will have freshers also in the training, but it is not only the fresher level, it's very in-depth training. People are able to justify 3-year, 4-year, 5-year experience after the training. A lot of noise from your end.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, yeah.
Sir, as per our session, what is the sixth domain of cybersecurity?
6th domain, that's a homework for you.
Okay.
If you don't get it, ask me in next class.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
I
a
have
homework
a
for you.
question,
Hmm.
sir.
Yes.
So since it is not, I'm not talking about 8 days training. I'm talking about the complaint 3-month training. So
Hmm.
during that, are we going to get the idea of how to create use case,
Of
admin
course.
part,
Of course,
implementation?
how to integrate devices, how to install connectors, forwarders, how to integrate firewall, Windows, Linux, any kind of device, how to integrate. If any device is not forwarding the logs, how to troubleshoot the issue, how to create the correlation rules, right? How to fine tune the correlation means use cases, how to fine tune the use cases
And normal
for optimizing
investigation of those use cases and all?
investigation of alerts. Of course, alert investigation is mandatory part. Even L1 will be doing main part of the L1 is investigation analysis, checking whether true positive, false positive, right? That is the main thing. Apart from the L2 activities, and many of the L3 activities will be also covered here.
So those 3-month training, are we going to cover Splunk and ArcSight or like
Right.
CrowdStrike and other tool as well?
Splunk ArcSight, as well as Nessus vulnerability management. We have separate for Nessus vulnerability management, but I'll be giving a self-paced training access from the main batch. So SOC Nessus also added, apart from the threat intelligence, threat hunting, email analysis, that will be the also part of training. And also CrowdStrike EDR, it was difficult for us to include on the SOC part because otherwise SOC fees will get increased because it's require a separate license. So for SOC part, we are giving the CrowdStrike training EDR also in the half cost, 50%, whoever are going for the SOC training. Because if I increase EDR, it's very important to have the EDR hands-on also being part of SOC. In next generation SOC, you will see EDR as well.
Okay, sorry.
In next generation SOC, you will see the EDR also mandatory tool nowadays. Important tool, not mandatory, but important. Many of the companies are deploying. We thought to include in SOC, but if we include in SOC, the overall cost of the SOC batch will get increased, and not everybody can afford it. So EDR is not mandatory, but it's good to have. That is the reason. If anybody is interested from SOC batch, we're giving 50% discount. Means cost to cost basis. Whatever license and training cost, license cost only, that much we will be charging, not the training cost.
Are you
Hello,
also considering Vajo or some other open source tools, SIEM tool?
What? Come back.
Sorry, I'm asking, are you also considering some open source SIEM tool like Vajo?
See, open source means, see, this training is with regards to job, right? It's a job-oriented training. If we consider some other tool, that means which does not have demand in the market, which does not, other companies are using, right? So that does not make any sense. It's not something that 1 year it is training, so we can include different thing, right? The main motive of training is to get the job. Main motive. However, we'll have different people who are working on cybersecurity already, but they have just basic level knowledge. They want to enhance their knowledge in cybersecurity. Those people are also joining. So, but main thing is to get a good job. So within
do we also have some fast track courses for some experienced people?
Fast track means, I mean, generally experience and freshers are very less compared to experience, less in the batch, but we have same batch for experience and fresher.
Okay.
If
So
you're experienced, then we have one more batch. If you want to, if you're experienced in cybersecurity, want to do the hands-on and want to become the part, especially in the Splunk and Sentinel, we have separate batch, mostly for experienced.
yeah.
That is advanced level, means configuration, deployment, deployment configuration, troubleshooting, architecting, sizing, everything is being covered practically. Clustering, backup, upgradation. That is the advanced level of training. Somebody who has the Linux knowledge, Linux experience, at least basic knowledge of Linux. Those are the only audience.
How can we get the detail for that batch, and what is the duration of that batch?
Okay, so if you continue this training, at the end I can inform you.
Okay. Okay.
Because if I ask you to ping personally, or you have some other admin right in our training, but please do not ping personally now on free training, because there are so many people. We have 1,000 plus, around 1,300-1,400 people total in the group. So there are so many messages my team is getting, so it's very difficult to respond in the message. So if you want only training detail, like regular training detail, then only you can ping to her. There are 2 people added as admin. You can ping them, they can share the detail. But for free training inquiry, please, it's just a helping hand, right? We should not have problem ourselves also. Just helping hand, we are delivering this 8 to 10 days training, which is free with certification. But we would be in trouble if we start pinging us personally.
What's the her name you mentioned?
Dharmendra Yadav first. First,
Yes.
you guys start raising the hand. So I will call who can speak their question. Raise the hand. You have right click and there are 3 icons using which you can raise the hand. Right? Go ahead. Chris, Krill Nelson.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead.
Sir, after I learn all this and all, sir, how can I implement it? Like, how can I get experience? I'm a student basically.
Sorry, how can you?
Gain that experience or practice and all, how can I do, sir? Like, I'm just a student, sir.
Sorry, I'm not. You had some background noise. I could not hear.
Sir, actually, I'm asking this, sir. I'm a student, no, sir.
You are a student?
Okay, so sir, yes, sir, I'm a student. So if I'm doing this workshop for 10 days and I can get a lot, I can learn a lot, sir. But sir, how can I practice and how can I get experience into this field, sir? How to approach this industry, sir?
For this training, 10 days training is not practical training. Means I will show you practically at the end, but you can't do the hands-on. If you want to go with the practical training, then you will have to go with the regular training. 10 days is very short period to cover everything. So if you want to go with practical hands-on, then you will have to continue with the regular training only. Okay. Next, Archana Sukla. Next question.
Yeah, so I have asked you, like, it's for 3 months. During the 3 month of duration, we have that same part of training that you told me, that implementation and everything. Apart from that, the particular I have seen on the site, there is a training on SIEM tool that you said it is for like experienced people. So that is different from the one which is covered in this 3 month duration.
SOC training. This is SOC training. SOC training. Okay. In which SIEM perspective, 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐬𝐴𝐺 and Splunk will be covered. 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐬𝐺 both are like moderate level. Means implementation means deploying the core component will not be covered. Splunk deployment will be covered, but cluster architecture, Splunk in the real time, you will have cluster architecture. Means multiple indexer, multiple search head. We have to connect with each other. It's very complex. Which
that we can particularly like go with the like we can mention in the CV part, like that we are particularly working on the same, that kind of moderate level.
This is what I mean. You can justify 4 year, 5 years experience in the SOC training.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much.
5 years. If you want to go more by administration architect level, then Splunk we have advanced level training. Means where we'll cover administration, architecting, solutioning, sizing, but that is advanced, not recommended for initial level people like 2-3 years experience people. That is recommended for higher end, because in order to go to implementation and solution architecting, you should have very good knowledge in operations, very good catch up on operations. Without operations, you cannot go for the implementation solutioning, right? That is the higher level of job, higher level of technical job, core technical job. Deployment, solutioning is the core technical job. So after operations only you can go with advance.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you so much.
The next is Chintu.
Yeah, hi Sulabh.
Yes.
So my question is, where can I get the recordings if I miss the session?
In case you miss the session, I'll upload the recording on YouTube link. So I'll share the link in the group every day after the training.
So everybody can see the YouTube link. I mean, who are accessing the YouTube, or
Right.
else we
So link-
can only.
I will share the link on the group so that you can access.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Next. Vikram.
Yes, sir. I am Vikram. Sir, actually, I am in this field. I am newborn, maybe. I don't know about cyber security. Sir, there's a basic knowledge I searched about this cyber security. I have searched. Some persons said Linux is very important for this course. Sir, there's in our course Linux will be teach or not?
Linux is not mandatory. Whoever has given the information is wrong. Whoever given this information to you, it is not completely correct. Linux is not mandatory. Linux is mandatory when you go for the administration level. Whenever you have troubleshoot the issue configuration station, then Linux is required. Up to 3 years, 4 year people who are working in operations, Linux is not required. Okay, so enter into the cybersecurity. Linux is not mandatory. It's good to not required.
Okay, sir. Another question.
Completely correct.
Sir, one of my friends said that if you are going to an operation working, if their tools will be removed after 1 year, 2 years, your knowledge will be useless. So you should be knowledge of fundamental knowledge.
Then you should go for government job. Then you are not fit for the IT job. You cannot expect the technology you are learning, it will go for 10 years. IT means continuous learning. IT means you have to keep yourself up to date with the latest technology. Otherwise, you'll be gone out of the market. Then government job is most suitable for you. You do not upgrade and go for and get retired after 3 years. The audience for government job and IT jobs are different. IT job means continuous learning.
Of course.
Yes or no? If you are continuous learning, you will never be fired. If you're not learning, get saturated, doing the job and not learning new technology, you'll be out of the market when the recession comes.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Means learning. Your growth, your learning is directly proportional to your earning. If you learn, growth also, earning also very good. If you're not learning, earning will be less and you out of the market when the recession will come. So if you think that if anybody here, I'm not talking only about you, but I'm talking about anyone who think that one technology I will learn, I'll sit and work for 10 years, then this field is not for you. It's for the people who want good growth, but who are ready to put continuous effort in learning new technologies. Because in IT, it's evolving so much, right? Daily new technologies are coming in.
Yes.
So you have to keep learning. Do not forget. See, if you're a learner, you don't have to worry about which technology will come. New technology will come. You learn in the company itself, right? In the company itself, you'll get to know new technology will come, new tool will come. You learn. If you're working on old tool and not exploring new tools, you will be out of the market, right?
Right.
You have to learn new things. No need to worry. I'm talking about many people are coming. A government job is safe, and IT job is not safe. People are being fired. भैया fire वही लोग हो रहे हैं. People who are being fired means we are not keeping themselves up to date with the latest technology. People who are learning, they never have to worry. But that is a better job than government. You'll get retired financially in 45. Government will retire in 60 financially, and may not be financially retired in 60 also. Because what they're earning in 60, you can earn on 40, 45, even less period if you actually learn a lot. 3 year people get here. I have seen people are getting 15 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 20 lakhs, or 3 year experienced people. How much you can get if in government, if you are not level 1 or means grade 1 or grade 2? Still grade 1, how much grade 2 are you getting? 70,000, 80,000. This is 1 year, 2 years people are getting nowadays in IT. See, IIT is very hot nowadays, and for next 10 years I can see that. Whole day, because why? Because whole day, average people are spending 4 to 5 hours in mobile. On an average, mobile means IT. They're accessing Facebook, they're accessing Insta. Yes or no? Yeah, IT. So that is the reason People used to say when in 2006, 7, 8, 9, big recession came in IT. People used to say IT is not good, IT is not good. They started taking the branch EC, mechanical, engineering, mechanical, electrical. Now, where are they? And now, where are you in IT? See the difference, right? One of the last week, one of my friend called me. He did the engineering he was my matchmate in the sense I have done from electronics and communication, and he has done from mechanical. He joined the mechanical job. He called me last week. He said that, Sulabh, I am very happy today. I said, what happened? He said, today I got promoted. Today I got promoted. I said, that's very great. It's a happiest moment for you. He said, yes, yeah. My salary is now 50,000 per month. Inside, I was literally laughing, not because of him, but because of his unawareness about the current trend in the market. Because in the mechanical field, he used to work in the plant, right? His surrounded people, right, all are of same category. His manager salary was 70,000, 18 years experience, 18 years, 70,000, because he's living with the people who is getting this much of salary only. 60,000, 50,000, 40,000. He was happy. He was very happy. That means his other colleagues are getting less than him. And he was around 12 years, 13 years experience and package 50,000, 6 lakhs package. Because he was not aware what is going on in the IT market. People here who are 3 or 4 years getting 18 lakhs, 20 lakhs. People who are equal experience like 12 years, they are getting 40, 50 lakhs package nowadays. 40 to 50 lakhs package. He was very happy because that is the thing. Because if you're working on such, people say the mechanical, electrical used to say evergreen branch, electronics, evergreen branch. Now, where are those? I am also from electronics. I know that where is this branch? Especially for India, you see, there is no market for electronics. You used to core branch. Electronics is a very good branch. Now, where the electronics? There is no market. Only 1%, 2% market in India. Rest of the electronics products are coming from China, Korea, Japan, and etc. There is no market. Similarly, a mechanical electrical job, if you think that core job, yes, it's core job. But where you can get this job? In these plants, in manufacturing companies, right? Which are based out in India only. You cannot work on the USA company from India in mechanical, because in the mechanical, this kind of job, you have to be physically present. Yes or no? And why? The reason I'm telling you to have a good hike on the IT job. Why? Because being sit in one location, you can work from USA, for Canada, for South Africa, for Australia by sitting in India. That means the company which are offering you the job, they're earning on dollars, not the Indian rupees. Yes or no? They're hiring people here, and these people are doing the job for the company based on the USA, UK, Canada. These Indian companies are getting the project from these different countries. If these different, for example, USA, if USA, there is a cost of particular project, for example, 100 rupees, then Indian companies are ready to work, can offer then for 50 rupees. They can work for 50 rupees for this particular task. Get your mind? So now 50 rupees, the same work for India, other people can do for 20 rupees. Now 50 rupees they are getting, they can offer you 20 or 30 rupees to you. That is the reason there is a high growth in IT market. Okay, next we have Farid.
Yeah, thank you, sir. How much syllabus you will cover in this 10 days?
Guys, if you have any problem, I can see one of the comment. If you have any problem with the session, you can leave. You have not paid for this training. It's a free training. So I'm not going to accept the such comments. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, Farid, go ahead.
How much syllabus you will cover in this 10 days?
This is mostly will cover network part, security part, as well as introduction, how we can monitor real-time threat on the SIM. because 8 to 10 days period is very short period to cover everything. Okay.
Okay.
Next we have Adnan.
Sir, what is the difference in EDR and SIEM?
What is the
Difference in EDR and SIEM?
Both are different tool. We cannot compare because EDR is mostly for endpoint, such as your operating system, Linux, Windows, right? To detect any kind of malicious activities, right? And EDR has the capability to isolate the system. We can remediate it, right? That is for endpoint. While SIEM tool can receive the log from EDR also from different devices. You will understand it, the SIEM tool yourself once I explain you here in detail. Okay. Next, Vikrant.
Thank you, Sulabh sir, for this service. First of all, thank you so much. And my question is regarding in this particular SIEM tool, what is the perspective on threat intelligence? Can you briefly explain how that will be covered here? Thank you.
Threat intelligence will be covered in the regular training. Means how we can get the data from different community, different cyber security research companies, how we can utilize that data on the SIEM. So we'll be getting those data, we'll writing the correlation rule, detect any malicious activities from based on this threat intelligence data. That is higher end, means once we cover SIEM, we'll start writing the use cases, then only this will be the part of that. Okay, next. Velu.
Sulabh, good morning.
Morning.
Sulabh, just want to check with you. See, we are working professionals. Morning we have to, Bangalore traffic, how it will be. Morning we have to start to office by 7:30.
Okay.
And we'll be coming back somewhere 7:45 in the evening. Okay. Even though if we leave 5:30 on the outer ring road, you know very well. You have been in Bangalore. So the situation is like every day we will be not able to attend the session. Okay. In week's time, maybe 1 or 2 days is possible.
Okay.
Otherwise, now it is mandatory for us to go to office and we have to be at office.
Correct.
My question is it possible that everyday recording session will be shared with the...
Every day for this 8 days, 9 day session, every day I will share the link.
I'm not talking about the 9 days. Imagine that we are already there on your regular batch.
So you completely you first discuss about this, then after that we'll discuss separately.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
I'm not here to promote my regular training. I'm here for free hand. So that is the reason I'm not talking about that. It's a free hand. We help people with this training.
No. This free help, whatever is appreciated. I'm not denying it. I mean, now itself, if we cleared in the sense, we'll be very much good to invest our even this 10 days. Okay, it will be very good to invest some time on this. That's what my intention.
Definitely invest. It will be very. You invest time. You will not regret investing the time on this. Definitely, I'm telling you.
All right.
Then I'll give the opportunity. You can, if you want to continue, then you can continue the same batch. I will give some, some way so that you can continue. Even if.
Okay. All right. Because if we don't have a, I mean,
I understand. See, there are various people who have. Some people have rotational shift. Some people have different work on that particular time. So we have some solution.
Hello? Yeah. Okay.
That's not for everyone, but some exceptional cases. Or some exceptional case like yours. Okay. Next is Pavel. Pavel, go ahead.
Hey, Sulabh, thanks. So,
your voice is not coming. Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
For that, I'm also studying.
Your voice was breaking in between. Your voice was breaking. Can you come again? I think problem was from my end, it seems. Can you come in what you said, Pavel?
Hello?
Is there any problem from my end or your end? Can you come again what you said? अरे मेरा नेटवर्क चला गया यार. Hello, am I audible?
Hello.
Sorry,
yes,
I
yes.
lost my network. It seems in between.
Okay.
Can you
hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Hey, Sulabh. So currently I'm working in my organization as a network engineer, L1. and I am willing to start my career in cybersecurity. I
Okay.
am also studying offensive security and penetration testing.
Okay.
So how I can take this SOC training can be advantage to me in offensive security.
See, I believe that since you are already taking offensive security, that is good to hear that. But from demand perspective, you see, right? Offensive security will have the less demand compared to SOC. SOC means defensive security. We have to defend the cyber attack, right? Market, because everybody work for the money at the end, right? If you see the trend, the demand in the market for SOC will be higher than your penetration testing and all. Why? Because this offensive security penetration testing is performed by third-party vendors. Not every companies are hiring for this penetration testers. Because if I hire penetration tester for my own company, means my own people will penetrate my company network. They know in and out, right? Already. No sense of penetrating and doing the penetration testing by my own company. Generally, penetration testing is done by third-party vendor, third-party companies, service provider. So you will see the market demand for service provider companies only, which is very less. While SOC, you will have demand across all the industries, all the companies. That is the reason offensive security work is very challenging, very good compared to SOC. You have to use your logic, you have to use different concept. But the demand will be less. That means at the end, if demand is less, you'll be end up being paid less. That is the thing. Otherwise, the job is very challenging. It's very good.
Okay. So
Kind
yeah,
of, we are all working for.
Okay. Okay, Salona. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Next. Next, Mohan. Go ahead. Mohan Pujari.
Yes, sir, good morning.
Morning.
So I just wanted to ask that currently I'm working as an analyst. So can I switch my domain to cyber? Is that
Which analyst you
possible?
work for? Which analyst?
Reporting analyst.
Your designation is in the offer letter?
Yeah, reporting analyst.
Okay. You can mention the SOC reporting you worked.
Okay.
You write cyber security because this is completely hands-on training. You can easily justify 3 to 4 years, 5 years experience after if you join the full training. This is 0 to hero training. So you can easily do that. There's so many people who are switching their profile. And this is mostly the training. This is mostly majority of people will be like you in this training who want to switch from some other profile to cyber, or who have the gap in between their career after passing out the graduation. They were doing some business or working on some other field. They can justify the experience and get good job in cybersecurity.
So the people like us, the company will accept us, like they do accept our job.
I cannot discuss it over the public forum because this video is going to be uploaded.
Okay.
But there are options where people who has gap also in our work, they can justify their experience. There are ways to your career directly as an experienced. There are ways.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohan. Next, Jyesith. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, actually, I'm from non-IT background.
Hmm?
So, how is the market? Even if I go for SOC, is there any chance of getting as a fresher into the market?
Which year pass out you are?
So, I'm 2004 pass out, graduation. I'm
Okay.
currently working in finance field. So I just want to switch to this IT. I mean, I'm interested in SOC training. So how is the possibility as a fresher in the market? And will you guide?
Now you will have to think, because since 2000 you're working in financial domain, right? That means your package might be higher now.
No, sir. Actually, it's not that much.
Okay.
Because in between I have taken gaps because of preparing for a professional course. So
Okay.
my overall experience is around 9 years.
Okay. See, you are 2004 pass out. So there are chances. I cannot give the 100%, but there are chances, but not completely fresher. Not completely freshers. You have to go with some experience. you can discuss. You attend this 9 days training first, right? Then you can discuss with my team or with me later period how we can do that.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, there are ways. If you want to take a chance, you can take it. There are ways, but not as a completely fresher, because completely fresher after this many of gaps, nobody is going to consider.
Okay, sir.
You know, yeah. Next we have Sarusan, sorry, Sarusan. Sarusan, go ahead. You raised the hand, but I think okay. Next we have Manikandan.
Well, I have a question. So with the advent of ChatGPT and AI, how will that impact the SOC analyst and SOC analyst roles? So
It's,
how are you?
as of now, it is yet to be yet to be known. It is not yet been evaluated, right? Certain will be impact, but I don't think so. As per the various sources, they have not revealed anything about any impact.
Okay, but in future, would you be like conducting, in case if there is any impact, would you be integrating?
Of course, will be. Otherwise, we will also be going to be out of market.
Okay, no. Would you be planning to integrate some of the AI related stuffs in your training?
Say, that is what I'm saying. If it is implemented in the industry, we will also implement. It is not yet implemented anything as of now in cybersecurity from AI perspective, right? Means separately, there are some tools which are coming with AI machine learning features, right? So they are tools only. But if there is a big, big change happen in the cybersecurity market, right? Change happen, of course, we have to do the changes in the trainings also. Otherwise, like other people, will also go out of the market. You also upgrade. You will not believe that I am giving 3 or 4 hours per day to study at this level as well. Because if you do not learn new technology, you do not get to new technology, you also go out of the market. So it's not about you, it's about me also, it's about everyone who are the part of IT.
So what would be our end goal after this 9 days of training? Would we be able to apply for like initial level roles in SOC analyst positions?
Initial, see, you will not be able to apply for knowledge perspective. People can apply as a fresher, but as an experience, you cannot apply. You have to study. Either you continue regular training, or you go through some other resources over the internet, Udemy, or you have to read some documents to explore yourself. Get in mind, the concept will be clear. After that, if you go through anything, any video, any training, you'll understand everything because your foundation will be very strong. You'll have good understanding of the concept. Now, if you have not at all any knowledge, you don't know which path you have to follow. But after this training, your target will be clear, your vision will be clear. And you will understand what are the obstacles coming in, what all things you have to go, right? You'll understand and you will be able to learn yourself as well.
Thanks a lot.
Next, Iqbal.
Sir, can you tell me?
Iqbal, first of all, Iqbal. Yes.
Sir, can you tell me the basic knowledge of cyber security if for compulsory to start this course?
No, start this course starting from basics only. So no need to have any basic knowledge because it will start from basics only. So you will understand even you're not bottle rakhi ho, pani le aao, even rakhi ho bottle. So no problem. Okay, next.
Which tools? Sir, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Which tools are used in cyber security SOC analyst?
Sorry?
Which tools are used in a SOC analyst?
See, mostly the SOC SIEM is very common. Main tool is the SIEM, right? Apart from the other tool like SOAR, you may have some other tool like EDR, right? But these are some other tool, but SIEM is main. So our main focus on the training will be on SIEM.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Arij.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
सर जैसा कि आपने बताया कि आप इंडिया में भी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं और कोई मिडिल ईस्टर्न कंट्रीज में भी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं,
राइट।
तो आपको एक आइडिया होगा सिक्योरिटी अवेयरनेस ट्रेनिंग के मार्केट का। तो सिक्योरिटी अवेयरनेस ट्रेनिंग का मार्केट कैसा है इंडिया में?
You want to deliver?
सोचा तो नहीं, बस थोड़ा सा ये कर रहा हूँ, प्रोबिंग कर रहा हूँ मैं।
मार्केट इट डिपेंड्स। मार्केट तो बहुत है, लेकिन आपके पास चैनल होना चाहिए ना, कैसे मिलेगी? Market depends. Security awareness training means generally the company which does not have security teams, right? They may वैसे ये बॉटल नहीं थी मेरी, ब्लैक वाली थी, रेड वाली रखी मेरे केबिन पे, मेरे केबिन में रखी है वो। नहीं उस मत वो यूज करो, वो दूसरी है, उनकी है। हाँ, so it depends. Of course, awareness training means being a SOC team also. You may deliver security awareness training to your internal people, internal employees.
और सर सीरियसनेस आता नहीं है बिजनेसेस को ये चीज को लेके?
बहुत सारे बिजनेस, ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज द रीजन साइबर होना चाहिए। जब उनका अटैक हो जाता है, कंप्रोमाइज होता है, तब सीरियस होते हैं।
वही तो आपने कुछ टेक्निक यूज की है वो लोगों को मतलब सीरियसनेस बताने के लिए या फिर कुछ?
Actually, see, if you start working, you have a lot of work. So I did not find time to go and deliver this security awareness training. We used to deliver in the SOC. When I was the part of SOC, we used to send do's and don'ts, and sometimes we used to conduct the training or security awareness training or different teams, different business units. But I never delivered such training because I was part of core technical. Whenever I deliver the training, I deliver core technical training. But of course, I can deliver, but that is a different time. I have to find it out. That's why I was not very interested in delivering such trainings.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I have so many plans, but for that you should have time. The important is 24 hours and 8 hours sleep. That means you have only 16 hours.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next, Adnan ka to ho gaya tha na. Next we have Satya.
Good morning, Sulabh. Sulabh, my question is, what is the demand for cybersecurity engineer and cybersecurity analyst? So, is it more for cybersecurity analyst or for engineer? And extension to this question, say for example, if I learn one SIEM tool admin, so am I able to manage other SIEM tools as well, or shall I have to continue with the tool which I learn?
It depends on the concept. If the concept is clear, right? It's same like you are right. For example, you are driving Honda City, you can drive Mercedes also. It's almost same, but some functions will be different because the core objective that we are achieving. For example, we have ArcSight, right? The SIM work is to collect the log from different devices. I will explain you here in detail. To collect the logs, normalize the logs for long time searching, reporting, the real-time alerting. These are the core objectives from the SIM tool. So this week, how we can achieve from ArcSight, how we can achieve from Splunk, and how we can achieve from QRadar. Same. This is the core objective. Every SIM will have this feature. Now the GUI will be different. So where is the option you have to find? Okay, device integration. If I have done from ArcSight, I'm now working on QRadar. In QRadar, where is that option? You have to find it out, right? That means your concept is clear. You read some document, the document, right? And then you'll understand it, right? There are some people who learn multiple tools because their concept clear. But people who work in the tool, but their foundation is not clear, their concept is not much clear, they may not be able to work on another tool, right? It depends on how much time you put and how concept is your clear. If your concept is clear, you definitely can work. Get in mind? That is a company also. Yeah. Company also when they have requirement for example QRadar, right? You mention either QRadar or ArcSight or Splunk or Sentinel. Any tool is fine because most of all the tools will have same features. Mostly features are common.
Got it, Sulabh. My first question was cybersecurity engineer and cybersecurity analyst. So which one is demand?
Generally it depends. In some companies, for engineer also means will have same analyst, senior analyst, or team lead like this. But analyst refers operations. Operations were like monitoring, real-time monitoring, correlation alerting, investigation. That refers the analyst job. While engineer means which are mainly technical role, like doing the administration, doing some new use case development, right? This comes under engineer job. Some company will differentiate this designation. They will give analyst different designation for analyst for monitoring people investigation, and for people who are writing the correlation role, administration, they will give the engineer content development engineer role. It depends on company. Some company will give the analyst only, maybe administrator or analyst like that. So that engineer role is after the analyst. If you are already part of monitoring investigation, or if you have knowledge, if you have experience, then only you can become the engineer. The second level. So of course, engineer is more technical job. Get your mind?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you. Next is Adnan is already done, right? Avinash. Avinash, go ahead. Next, Adnan.
Sir, can you tell me any website to understand QRadar components and concepts easily?
Sorry?
Can you tell me any website to understand QRadar components easily?
If we have separate trainings for QRadar here, but if you want to understand this concept, there's a free training also available. The document, very good document in the IBM website. From there, you can understand.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next, Avinash.
Sir, I have a question.
1 minute, line by line. Who has raised the hand first? Avinash. Avinash is not listening, then Arun.
हेलो सर, जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम।
सर अभी मैंने 12th पास किया है, तो उसके हिसाब से अभी जूनियर पेन टेस्टर का जॉब कर रहा हूँ, तो एसओसी कर सकता हूँ?
नहीं, वही करो। अभी दिल्ली बहुत दूर है, तुम्हारे लिए दिल्ली बहुत दूर है। अभी वो SOC work is not a part time, it's a full time job, and you can do it after graduation only. This bug bounty and all, you can do it for now.
ओके, तो मतलब 12th पास करके एसओसी का जॉब नहीं मिल सकता है?
एटलीस्ट ग्रेजुएशन। अभी आप it's good that you are aware and you started preparing from 12th class only. It's good. Definitely you'll become very good cyber security engineer till then.
ओके सर।
बट अभी दिल्ली दूर है, तो 3 करना है।
ओके ओके,
थैंक यू। नेक्स्ट क्या है? किरण। Kiran.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a graduation in electronics.
Okay.
And I have 3 years of work experience in non-IT sector as associate and senior associate.
What is your work? What is your work?
As a content moderator.
Content moderator. Moderating.
Just reviewing the domains and different types of content that is provided by the client. Is that experience is applicable for this SOC?
What designation is written?
Associate in one of the company as associate, and the other company as senior associate.
Only associate.
Yeah.
And then there's a way you can do that. Let's join this training first. I'll tell you, but not on the live class. There are ways you can do that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next Kiran done, right? Avinash, you're raising the hand, you're not asking question. I will lower your hand. Vamsi.
Hi, sir.
Yes. Great. Good morning.
I am Sai. I am present running on Python developer.
Okay.
How to domain? I want to change that my domain in SOC.
Okay.
How it help to change Python developer? Is this okay?
Which company working for?
Provintech.
Okay. Okay. How long?
I am fresher.
Complete fresher.
Yeah.
Fresher, then join this training. We'll give the fresher. We'll give the 8 to 10 minute industry certificate also for after this training. So for freshers, Internship means we're going with the regular training, so we can give the certificate also internship from SIEM XPERT. It will help them to to gain the job, get good job, because you'll be considered like an experienced. Okay,
Thank you.
Next we have Srusan. Srusan is done. Srusan.
Hi sir, I'm Sharwasan Shankar here.
Sorry.
Like, okay, it's fine, sir. Like, a very good morning, and I have a question. Like, I'm basically from physical security guy. I do risk management. Yeah, physical security. I do risk management risk assessment.
Physical security. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in physical security. So, how can I jump from physical security to cyber security? Like, is this course helps or?
What's your designation?
Right now, I'm assistant manager in Adani Portal.
Huh?
I'm taking assistant security manager over here, Adani Data Center.
Data center security manager, assistant security manager, right?
Yes, exactly. I have 7 years of experience in physical security.
Okay. So you can justify your cybersecurity experience in same designation.
Okay.
Maybe you cannot play as a fresher, but you have to, go with experience only. So you can justify your cybersecurity experience.
Okay.
There are ways. These kind of questions you can ask after the training personally later on, because you understand, right? It's a public forum, so such.
No, I got it.
Next, we have Greasy. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, are there any job guarantee courses that SIEM XPERT provides?
मेरी खुद की guarantee नहीं. See, nobody can take anybody guarantee. If anybody taking the guarantee, that means you are sending people from backend. They will charging 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees. They'll give some fake interviews, and they can give the guarantee. Nobody can give the guarantee to anyone, right? How you prepare? I can guarantee my training quality. I cannot take the guarantee of yours. But if you go through training properly, if you take the training properly, you're able to explain to the interviewer, you'll definitely get the job. But no guarantee.
And one more thing is that currently I'm in my last year of my college, and I have done some internships in penetration testing, and currently I'm doing an internship which is more focused towards DevSecOps and cloud security.
Okay.
But my core area of interest has always been security operations center and cyber defense. So how should I transfer? And this experience that I have of internships, the 2 internships that I have, particularly in application security, penetration testing, and DevSecOps, can it help me to transform in a SOC role? Like, is it relevant from an interviewer's point of view?
If you're a fresher, see, it depends on you. Since you're a fresher, if you have knowledge, based on that also you can apply, right? But if your core focus, so the opportunity may be less because you don't have a specialty on SOC, right? So it depends. If you want, if you're financially good, you can join the regular training for SOC that we have for 3 months, right? Where in-depth things will be covered. You'll be able to justify that you're working like internship you have done, but you are on a real-time project in the SOC. This is what we have done, right? So you'll get more, more benefit, more weightage in your resume when you have SOC knowledge, SOC experience.
Definitely. So, like, what I was trying to ask was, like, from an interviewer's point of view, do they value that a candidate has a diverse or holistic approach towards cybersecurity, or they want someone who is more focused toward one thing? Because internship opportunities are very less already.
It depends on company to company, right? If, for example, they're starting to work on SOC only, they want people who can start the work from day one without giving any training, right? They may focus someone more. Of course, if I have 2 people, right? One people has a especially SOC knowledge experience. One people have the overall knowledge, but doesn't especially in SOC. So first value I'll give to someone who has already the knowledge which we are looking for, right? So I'm not saying that you may not get it, but the value will be more for the people, of course, which have the specific knowledge. Can I mind?
Yes.
Next is Yes.
Hey Sulabh, this is Yash. I've been working in Accenture for past 2 years in a security analyst, and a security analyst and working in as a SOC also in a client service. So I have a doubt, like, can you please tell me the roadmap for excelling in this domain?
In the SOC, what you're working, what your day-to-day activities, which tool you're working?
Basically, we are working in a SIEM, Splunk, sorry.
Splunk. You're part of MSSP? MSSP?
Slightly.
Means you're working on one client only or multiple client?
One client.
One client.
A dedicated cloud.
Dedicated client. Okay. So you're part of MSS in Accenture? Managed security?
Yes.
Okay. So roadmap in the sense, working the same only, right? You can learn, if you want to grow financially, career-wise, professionally, you want to learn EDR, you want to learn SOAR, you can learn EDR, you can learn SOAR as well. If you want to grow technically, right?
Yes.
You can get, if you're working some 2 years, that means you must be having monitoring level of role then. You can learn in depth or the SIEM itself. First of all, you have to learn SIEM itself in depth, right? Integration of devices, writing the use cases, right? The report, dashboard. These all things you can learn. And also parallelly or later you can learn EDR tool as well as SOAR, some latest technology which are coming in, right? Which are being added in the SOC. You can learn those. So means you have to sort of grow. So you have two paths, right? It's not seems that everybody has to learn or everybody has to be more technical. It depends. If you want to grow technically, because after, for example, after L1, then L2, L3. L3 does not mean the technical only, like people who are creating the use cases. Maybe L2 is also doing the monitoring, taking some escalation cases. L3 is also handling the team, taking some escalation cases and not working like engineering part. So you have to decide whether you want to follow same path like monitoring, investigation, or you want to go the engineering part, technical part, right? Technical part, then you should start doing deep down on these tools and technologies.
Okay, so basically I was currently working in Splunk, and a few tools have been introduced to ourselves, like Azure Sentinel and Chronicle also.
Okay.
And the basic role is like for incident response management, managing incident response, and finding the true positive or false positive case and escalating it to a higher level.
You can deep down one tool, at least learn one tool, either Sentinel or Splunk. Splunk, if you run Splunk, you have a better demand compared to the other tool, because Splunk is not easy, also it's very complex. If you have end-to-end idea, end-to-end experience in Splunk, then sky is the limit. Splunk is very good in USA market. Splunk in the USA, Splunk is the only tool which is leading. So if you have end-to-end experience in the Splunk, then demand is very good. Sky is the limit from your financial growth perspective. So at least take the expertise in one SIEM tool.
So
Anyone?
do I need to have any a particular Splunk expertise or a whole Splunk expertise? Like for example, like Splunk admin or Splunk power user certified, or a whole Splunk?
Not power user is nothing but just searching and reporting. See, Splunk has divided this training in multiple parts because Splunk is very big tool. They have divided in multiple parts: user, power user, and admin, consultant, enterprise security, different part, because Splunk is very complex. But overall, you have to gain the overall knowledge. Expert means overall knowledge, overall experience.
One last question. So do you provide that Splunk overall training?
Means admin level of training. Admin, this power user will give the brief knowledge of searching and reporting different commands, because you have to practice yourself on that. So we are the partner of Splunk Enterprise, Splunk training. So we'll give the free access for the Splunk power user directly from the Splunk. We'll create the account and directly you'll get the free access to the power user training that you can do directly from the Splunk. The power user is more about the practice that you do. It's a command, right? Different commands, see the result, then manipulate the query, then see the result, right? It requires practice. Splunk is having more than 150 commands that you have to do practice. For that, we'll give this Splunk power user training access directly from the Splunk.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
We have Yasir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Yasser, and I have experience like 13 years in technical services, but I want to move in now cybersecurity.
Okay.
So I have a little bit experience with the IT audit as well, because I just certified CISA.
Good.
So regarding that, previous question from my brother Yash. Okay, if we have a Splunk, if I learn Splunk, so it will help me to because other SOC tool as well.
Let me tell you that. See, definitely, if you learn Splunk, it's very good tool. But Splunk, you have to learn overall SOC first, not directly the SIM tool. You should have the operations knowledge. So, if at this point of time, if you want to go for, first of all, you can join SOC training, where you'll get the operations knowledge. Because Splunk means Splunk is very big, right? Apart from that, you should have a day-to-day knowledge, day-to-day activities, what day-to-day people are doing, right? How they're investigating, what different tool they have. In detail, you have operation knowledge, operation experience. Then only you can go with the core Splunk knowledge, Splunk level.
That's why I'm asking, what is the roadmap for like, as you said, here is some is expert guy and some having beginners.
Correct.
So where we are, should be started.
So if you are new in this field, first of all, since you are 13 experience, right? Maybe you can go for SOC first. SOC first. If possible, in SOC training only you may get the job. But if you go on the advanced level on the Splunk, SOC training also Splunk being covered, but in the moderate level, not on the advanced. But if you want to become the end-to-end expert in the Splunk, then you go with this advanced training, which is admin and architect enterprise security.
So first, I need to understand what is the SOC concept and how it would work. Then I have to use the tools according to the environment of the organization.
But here only tools in SOC also will be covered, but moderate level, not advanced level. If you want to the advanced level, then you can go with the Splunk training. Otherwise, if you just want to change the job, it is possible that you can go, you can get it from SOC training itself.
Just want to know what is the day-to-day activities for them by the SOC engineer. Should I come on system login and what do I do and how do I write the
many activities will be covered here only. That is the reason I'm saying, first of all, go for SOC so that you have in-depth knowledge of SOC.
Okay, then I can decide which tool I have to use.
Correct. Tools will also be covered here. Using tools only will be covered. But Splunk that we have, it is mostly administration level. Operations level will cover on the SOC. Administration level will cover on the dedicated.
Yeah, I got your point. But I'm saying some organization not affordable Splunk. They are using open source
So here,
if I have a concept,
SOC, you will have full concept clear. So you can work on any SIM tool. You can either Splunk or set or any SIM tool you work, because all the SIM tool will have the same objective.
After this, we are capable to do all this hands-on.
Right.
And write the report and everything, right?
Right. In the regular training.
Yeah.
Okay. And next, Satya.
Yeah, hi, Sulabh. Sulabh, if I join your regular training, so am I taught for creating use cases and developing of use cases and correlation rules?
Right. We'll take the example of around 7 to 8 correlation rule here. In our SIM tool, we have more than 100 correlation rule. 7 to 8 will take practically different situation and will create the use cases here. Means your whole concept is going to clear here, right? So if your concept is clear, you should be able to look at any logs, any log source. You check the logs, which all filter what capturing what data and what condition you have to write. The main is the concept, because you will have different devices, maybe 50 different type of devices. It's not something that I should know each and every device correlation rule. Mainly the concept. If the concept is clear, you can analyze the logs yourself and you can automate the threat detection in the form of correlation rule. 7 to 8.
So if I learn for Splunk, so currently I'm working with 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐴. So am I able to do that in 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐴 as well?
Means your concept will be same. Concept remains same for all the SIM tool, but different SIM tool, use a different search query language. Like a Splunk uses SPL, ArcSight uses classic field commands, field-based search. Your Sentinel uses KQL language, means coastal query language. 𝐿 uses area query language, right? Means concept will remain same, but this language little you have to learn. But concept is remain.
Okay, so does it require any Splunk admin require any scripting knowledge or any Linux command knowledge? Because I'm from non-technical background.
That means, see, understand, most of the security tools, almost all security tools are being deployed on the Linux, right? If you go on the advanced level, you want to become administrator, architect, right? Of course, Linux knowledge is mandatory. Not very higher level, but at least basic knowledge you should have working on the Linux different commands. Remembering command is not required because internet you have, right? Even I forget the command.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, I search on Google what is the command for this particular use. I use the command and check on the internet, right? So main is the concept. If Linux also, if you have basic knowledge how to deploy, how to configure IP addressing, how to edit any file, how to remove any file, copy, paste. This basic knowledge, if you have command, everything you can get on the internet.
So scripting knowledge not required, right?
Scripting is not required means it's not mandatory. In the Splunk, you can have the script knowledge also. It is added an advantage because Splunk is being used for data analytics also, apart from SIEM. In data analytics, since you collect the data from multiple different sources, apart from security tools, sometimes you automate some activities using the scripts, but not mandatory. Not mandatory.
Okay. So is it required for SOC analyst or SOC engineer?
Not required for engineer, higher level. For higher level, I mean implementation team administration, right? Even script is not required for administration, especially from SIEM perspective. It's not required.
Okay. Another funny question. Say, for example, I want to continue as a SOC analyst only. I don't want to become an engineer. So how long I can survive as a SOC analyst without having technical knowledge?
It depends. Now, how long you cannot say that. After L1, L2, L3, you'll become team lead, you'll become manager, senior manager without any this engineer knowledge. You'll handling a team, then you will go on the team manager and project manager.
So managers are not required admin knowledge.
No, not required. That's what the main concept clear. However, majority of the administration also will be covered on the SOC training itself. So knowledge is required. However, you don't have to do it manually yourself. But you should not have knowledge.
So what is the duration, sir?
People will make you fool. See, nowadays, SOC managers are not a project manager. They are technical managers, right? That means you should have technical knowledge as well. Even though you have not done the hands-on, but you should know how to do it. Otherwise, people will make you fool. Successful manager means technical manager.
Because our man right now, my reporting manager is not aware of.
That is the reason. In security, now managers are not a project manager anymore. They are technical manager. Otherwise, आपको फिर दूसरे पर depend रहना पड़ेगा. I am doing this job and you are not aware how much time it takes because you have never done it, right?
Yeah, due to false commitments, we are facing problems.
And you will lose your respect also. Once people will come to know that you're not technically sound, you don't know technically, you can't speak technically also in front of client, right? Then you will lose your respect. People who are technical, they are getting more respect, right? So,
what is the duration, Sulabh, your regular classes?
3 to 3.5 months. 3 to maximum 3.5 months, but 3 months generally it goes for.
2 hours daily?
2 hours, Monday to Thursday. Next,
okay, because I'm already working, so I need to adjust the time. Timings would be?
After that, we will have weekend batch also. Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 12. Weekend days, it is generally 8 to 10. Next, we have Avinash Srivastav. Vijay.
Hello.
Yes, Vijay.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Actually, I did a diploma and I am working from.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm working experience having 8 years in a service engineer. I have to come to security system. What I have to do? It's graduation should be mandatory or what?
Acha, your diploma, right? I have various
Yes,
previously, I mean, 3-4 years back when first person contacted me about the diploma he has done, I was not very sure. But later on, I have seen so many people. That person also joined. After that, he got a job also.
Okay.
After that, so many people who are diploma holders. Because in cybersecurity, if you are fresher, then they will ask you, you should be graduated, you should be engineer, right? If you are experienced, you have 2-3 years experience, any experience, then your degree diploma does not matter. Which branch? BA people also. Previous batch, I have one BA guy. Now he got out. He got out from 3 companies. He's working on Tata Communication now. He was BA. He was the first person from BA that time. I was very sure. I asked him, take the risk on your own. I'm also not very sure. He said, I don't have any other option. And finally, he joined and got 3 offers. So it proves that, especially in cybersecurity, your experience matter, not your degree, diploma, if you're experienced.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Next.
thank you.
Now only 3%. Okay. Ritesh, go ahead. It's already 10 o'clock.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Actually, I am working in a ISP company. At least 14 to 13 years.
ISP?
Yes, ISP, Internet Service Provider. But I have a question. Am I able for this field or not?
Sorry, come back. You are?
Actually, मेरा question ये है कि मैं इस फील्ड के लिए जा सकता हूँ या ना?
13 year experience. I have trained more than 200 people in last couple of years.
Because my designation is here in ISP company, working in a DAN network. Technical head.
Acha, technical head. Okay. And it depends on how much package you have. See, if you are technical head, your package is more than 20 lakhs, right? Then after this training, you'll have to do certain certification also.
Okay.
The people are who are justifying 2 year, 3 year experience, 4 year experience, certificates are not mandatory for them. But you're justifying more than experience. You have 12 year, 13 year experience. Then along with the training, means along with the experience that you can justify, you should have certain certification as well to showcase that you're working.
Because my background is I'm graduation in a BCom.
That does not matter, as I mentioned. 13 years experience people who will see their graduation.
I know, sir, but I have just my mind is one question because I am asking.
I mean, I'm just telling because I have experience. I am seeing this kind of people like you. You are not seeing. I'm not saying that you're asking wrong question.
Right.
Replying that for these for experienced people, it really does not matter whether you're BCom, BBA, or you are technically graduated. Because able to justify your knowledge. See, I'm an interviewer. If I'm asking certain questions, justify your knowledge, I don't mind. I don't have to understand what graduation you have done. If you are not able to justify knowledge, even you are BCom, BB, or even if you're an engineer, I can't.
Because I'm totally fresher for this field.
Companies are very practical. Companies are very practical nowadays. They consider your knowledge, your experience, not the degree. Yes, if you have very good degree, if you have MS from Canada, USA, UK, but if you don't have knowledge, if you're not able to justify your knowledge, does not make any sense. But if you have done BCom, BBA, whatever it you have done, but you have experience, you're able to justify, you're able to work. That is what I want to do, right?
Yeah, right. One more question, sir. It's a coding and non-coding is mandatory for my experience side.
Coding is not required. You are not going for software development.
Yeah, right, sir.
Coding is not required.
Okay, sir.
It's good to have Python knowledge if anybody has for some kind of automations, but not mandatory.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next, क्या नाम है यार? Tracy God. क्या नाम है? कैसा नाम है यार ये? Tracy God.
Yeah.
Your name is?
Sulabh.
Your name is? Acha, you are.
God.
Acha, okay. You are not from India. Go ahead.
No, I'm not from India. I'm watching from Nigeria. Good morning. It's actually 5:34 a.m. in Nigeria.
Oh, right now 5:34. Okay, that means
yes.
By 3:34. 3:30 you join. It was 3:30.
Yes.
Means you are following UK time, is it? UK also, I think.
Yes.
Same time, 3:30.
Yes, we have same time with UK.
Same time zone. Yeah, I had several.
GMT plus.
For UK people only, it's very difficult for our training to join live because it's midnight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my question is, I want to know if there will be a link provided because I think the meeting is being recorded, so there will be a link for us that are not in the same time zone with you guys, so that we can.
As I mentioned, for next 8 days, I will share the link after this training. In fact, I will make it live also in YouTube today I missed to the link, so I'll upload the recording on the link. I will share with you. But next class onward, I'll make it live on YouTube as well. So I will share the link to you after the training on the WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Next we have Charanjit. You finish karna session aap, na?
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, actually, I'm just thinking to change my career. I'm from non-technical background.
Okay.
Basically. So, sir, I have done my BBA in 2014.
Okay.
So, sir, after that, I had career gap. It's almost, sir, I had only 1 year, 6 month experience. Basically, that was in sales and marketing field. So, basically, sir, when I completed my graduation, I preparing government exams, so that's why I had career gap.
Okay, that's good for you
So,
actually. Especially
okay.
you have advantage of career gap. You can take the advantage.
Yes, sir. Actually, so sir, as I told you, I am from non-technical background.
No problem.
So,
After this training, everybody will technical. You'll forget saying that you are from technical.
Okay. So, sir, I'm just thinking to change to
But
come in
if you join
SOC.
this 8 days training, you'll feel like technical. You'll start thinking like technical in next 8 days.
Okay. So, sir, can I take full-time training from you?
Definitely, but you will join 8 days training first. You get the confidence. Then, if you want to continue, you can continue.
Okay, sir. Because I'm new, very new in this field and fresher as well.
No problem. We'll have so many people.
Sure,
You
sir.
don't know. You do not know that there are so many people like you.
Okay.
But it's very common for me. I'm interviewing so many people on a daily basis like you. So
okay, sir.
I have imagined that it was too easy. It was very technical, even without having single knowledge, without having
Sure. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Last Kumar Rohit.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go ahead. Last question.
Yeah, actually, my question is totally different because since I have 14 years of experience in IT security and administration plus project implementation.
Okay.
I am working with a PSU organization, and I am now going for a PhD on SOC. So I just need an expert advice since you are a SOC expert. So just an expert advice regarding this SOC that. See, I'm just relating SOC optimization to the cyber threat hunting. Since it's a very new topic. Just give me 2 or 3 your opinion that how SOC can be optimized with the use of cyber threat hunting.
That is the worst question. Unless first of all you have to get SOC knowledge, SOC experience, then only you can talk about that optimization. So that is next level. First of all, you have to understand the detail. See, fine tuning means. That is optimization means for better performance, right? Better performance. If I don't know how particular things perform, right, I cannot tune it, right? First of all, I have to understand. I have to go the deep down, get the knowledge. Then only I can plan it out how to make it perfect. How can I make it better? That we call as optimization, right? First of all, you should have very good knowledge in SOC. Then you can plan it out how we can, optimize it. Get in mind. First of all, get the better knowledge in SOC.
SOC knowledge, SOC optimization means I want to say that in my organization there are a lot of false positives and are there. So that is basically waste end user times because we are actually the end user and we are end user administrator and we got SOC alerts from the SOC team. We have also the cyber threat hunting teams working in parallel with the SOC. But in my organization, they are right now in that phase where SOC needs to be optimized. So I am very much interested in this topic. So that's why I asked.
They are not fine tuning this correlation rule that says you're getting false positive alert. So they have to do the modification in the correlation rule that they have certain condition has to be changed. Vitally certain things which are firing because of that the rule is firing as a part of alert. So first of all, you should know how to create the correlation rule, the use cases which are firing, right? Then you should know how to, then only you can learn how to modify. We cover in this training, in the SOC training, how to optimize, how to find in this correlation rule so that it will not trigger false positive, right? We have to minimize the number of alerts. Otherwise, if you are coming so many alerts on a daily basis, 100 of alerts, right? You may miss some important alerts. And also your SOC table will be too much of flooded with false positive alert. So it's very important to fine tune.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hey guys, so thank you for joining. We'll see you on Monday now, 8 o'clock Indian time. I'll club you along with the regular batch which is going on. We have around 95 people on the regular batch. I'll club you all also on the same batch for another 10 days. And same way, interactive training. You'll have minimum question because I'm going to explain in such a way so that your concept itself will be clear without asking question. But you have freedom to ask the question interactively, but only make sure that like how you have done today, that means you have not unmuted your mic unnecessarily. Just you keep your mic and mute. Once you have question, unmute and ask the question. And also do not interrupt me while I'm continuing in flow. Do not try to stop me in between, right? I take a pause after explaining something. Into next 1 to 2 minutes, I take a pause. Then you are free to ask question.
Okay, so just one request, like if we want to continue that course for a 3 month, like we want to join it, we need to connect someone. Please share that number so
yeah.
we
So
can
I am recommending you join this 8 days training first. You'll have time. You will have time to continue.
Okay.
Because you have seen just introduction session, right? Let's continue 8 days.
What happened actually, I tried to go through with the site like for the courses detail, and then somebody pinged me like there is a very limited seat, so either you join it immediately.
So it was, but for especially for this batch, we are planning to add some more licenses, some more user licenses.
Okay.
If you're confident, you have contacted one of the number, right? My colleague consultant Uma, I think she might have pinged you. If you have inquired through website, you can contact to her if you want to go with the direct regular batch.
4 5 more sessions and then I'll join it.
And that is what I'm recommending you. You continue this, then you can.
Okay, sure. Sure,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you for joining. We'll see you tomorrow, Monday, 8 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.